to play for.
Oh, he's bowled in.
Beautiful.
And there it is.
An innings of authority.
Wow, what about this?
Does he get enough? You bet he does. West Indies strikes again.
Dominica welcomed back Test cricket yesterday, and the flag of the Nature Isle flew proudly as a son of the soil impressed on Test debut. Alec Afanaz was a lone warrior for the West Indies, with his top score of 47 decorated with some glorious stroke play. But it was a seasoned veteran in his 93rd Test who trumped the young rookie, with Ravichandran Ashwin's 33rd 5-wicket haul toppling the host for 150. Another exciting debutant rammed home India's advantage late on day one. Yashasvi Jaiswal oozing class as the tourists replied strongly. Wonderful as ever, again to be here in the Nature Isle of Dominica as we continue the first Cycle Pure Agarbathi's Test powered by Yes Bank. Day 2 live from Windsor Park, West Indies taking on India.
Okay guys, let's play.
Well, they're just conceding 6 runs in its previous 4 overs. Here he goes.
Remember we said at breakfast, Jace, I remember?
This first hour may be the first session of the second day's play. It's going to be very, very crucial for both teams.
Got away behind point. Couple of runs to open the day for India. Off the pad will be leg buys. Very straight with his line, Kemar Roach.
He's very good at bowling around the wicket to left-handers, Kemar Roach. Just slightly off target that time. But he's very good at it.
Pulled away, and it will be 50 on Test debut for Yashasvi Jaiswal. He is living up to the promise of his potential. The very first time
that's 50 for Yashasvi
he takes the
Jaiswal.
stage in international cricket.
Yeah, a couple of landmarks with this shot. Maiden
Ladies and gentlemen, also
Test
brings up the
half-century
100 for
on
India.
debut for the young man.
Now
100
103
partnership
without
as
loss.
well between himself and the captain. Look at that huge appeal. Joshua De Silva went up immediately, nothing from the umpire. Both the wicketkeeper and the vice captain, the slip fielder, thinks he's edged it and he's reviewed it.
TV umpire to director. To roll through, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. All the way. All the way. Just clip the shirt. And into the keeper's gloves, please. Thank you. I'm going back to Michael on field. Michael, you can stay with your not out. You can signal now.
Rohit Sharma picks that up magnificently. Might have gone all the way. Umpires will check. But how easy was that?
Yeah, nonchalant from Rohit Sharma, just with the angle, clipping it. Nice supple wrist. Look at that, how easy and elegant he does it. Did it go all the way? That's the question. Not entirely sure. Didn't see it initially. Very close to that boundary cushioning. Rohit Sharma has looked quite easy throughout the course of this innings, largely on trouble. Very experienced, as we know in international cricket. Rohit Sharma likes this opposition as well.
May not go all the way. Oh, in fact, it will. Holder gave up the chase. So Rohit, who's been watchful all morning, now has 2 boundaries in an over.
One very deliberate, the other a little bit of an outside edge portion of the bat anyway.
In the air. Roach cannot get to it. That's what I mean. Cornwall is creating pressure. And you just get that sense that something was building and is still building.
After using his feet, he chooses to go for the sweet shot. No deep square leg in place. Luckily for him, it just goes over Kemar Roach.
Because you'll get something like that eventually when you've absorbed the pressure.
And this is Rohit Sharma showing his class, fighting through the tough periods.
No, Joey, down, Kirk.
A gift accepted by Rohit Sharma. We just spoke about the consistency from the spinners. That one was a gentle full toss presented and neatly dispatched.
Yeah, Rohit Sharma is too good a batter to miss out on a full toss when he's well set. 61 with that boundary.
Oh!
Again, prodigious turn from Warwick, and the pace at which it turns as well. It's not slow by any stretch, quite quick through the air. Just look at that, vicious. They'll be very happy with this session. Rohit Sharma and Yashasvi Jaiswal both registering half centuries. Jaiswal on debut. Captain with all of his experience, showing what it means to play Test cricket. 32 overs in this session, 66 runs. So very measured in their approach, very watchful and circumspect, and still able to put away anything loose that came their way.
It's been solid, it's been watchful, a little bit conservative from India, but they've managed to finish at lunch on day 2 at 146 without loss. Nearly equal contributions from their openers.
Seven bowlers used by the West Indies, and none of them able to get anything in terms of the wicket-taking column. After the first session on day 2, West Indies yesterday getting bowled out for 150, India 146 without loss, still trailing by 4 runs, both opening batters registering half centuries.
Trying to get it through, but vacant offside territory gets the inside edge. Inadvertent. 150 comes up. But you could see what Jaiswal is trying to do with such vacant real estate in that offside.
Well flighted delivery from Jamal Warwikan. Almost York himself.
Very easily done from Rohit Sharma.
over-pitched delivery from Jason Holder. Right in the hitting arc. And Rohit Sharma just hit it nice and easy. Didn't go for power. Just all timing. Straight bat.
That squeezed away for 4. And it means this is now the highest opening partnership by India against the West Indies in the Caribbean, surpassing Wasim Jaffer and Virender Sehwag, who stitched together their partnership in St. Lucia in 2006. Virender Sehwag got 118 that game. 4 more to Jaiswal. And he moves now to 78. 167 without loss. That angle from over the wicket providing width on a couple of occasions.
After 61 overs, India.
Well, if he is, he intends to get there in a hurry.
He got to the pitch of the ball. Despite it turning into him, he had a good movement down the pitch, gave himself room so that he can beat that fielder in mid-off. The timing was good.
In the gap. And 4 more for Jaiswal.
Some may think it's risky, but he was in full control of that pull shot. Got on top of the bounce, rolled his wrists, and picked the gap nicely. Bisected the 2 fielders deep leg side. Getting closer to 3 figures, Rana Kapoor.
Oh, Yashasvi Jaiswal is getting closer to 3 figures. Stop it, Darren. It's played so well. Oh, got away with it. Jaiswal. He'll come back for 2.
There will be a few nerves, of course, as he inches closer to 3 figures. Jaiswal. Short delivery from Athanaz. Just cutting under the bounce.
Rohit goes for the big one. Only manages the outside edge, but will still manage 4. 204 without loss.
9 overs completed. India 200.
Yeah, the lead 54. Again,
Jaiswal not
little
out
too
at
wide, little too
99.
full. With Rohit being set,
89.
there's no hesitation in going after it.
There it is. A dream debut in Dominica for a young man who dared to dream.
A century.
Maiden Test 100 for Yashasvi Jaiswal. The boy born in Bhadohi migrated to the Maidans of Mumbai. A decorated young royal in franchise cricket. And now Test centurion for India. Test 100 number 1. And may it be the first of many. Hugs his captain, who is one of only 16 other men to have achieved and experienced the same emotion. Test 100 on debut.
Most deserving accolade for such a tremendous talent, Yashasvi Jaiswal.
Slow delivery from Kemar Roach. Lots of acreage down there. Running downhill. You know what I mean? Blackwood absolutely rapid across the ground. Prevents the boundary.
Blackwood, perhaps the only person on the field who could have caught up with that one.
Yeah, just sliding. Does he make contact with the ball and the boundary at the same time? Yes, I think he does. Straight down, back over the bowler's head. Disdain from Rohit Sharma. all too easy for India. 224 without loss. Oh! He's beaten the bat. Haven't seen a ball past the edge for some time. And then Raymond Refurb does this. Just across the right-hander, going with the angle. Good take from Joshua Da Silva.
Alec.
India's captain brings up 100 of his own.
4 runs, 4 runs.
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Rohit
that's
Sharma
100 for Rohit
leads
Sharma.
this team in transition by example. Test 100, number 10. Rohit's turn to celebrate. Jaiswal's turn to congratulate. Just a second away from home. A third against the West Indies. The West Indies are very confident. Nothing from the umpire. Brathwaite reviews. Over to Marai Erasmus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a player's review. The original decision is not
TV
out.
umpire to director, we have a player's review for a catch. Original decision, not out. I've checked the front foot and it's a fair delivery. Spin vision, please. Can I have the ultra edge, please, to check when it hits the glove? Confirm that. Yeah, hits the glove, and then the catch is taken fairly. So I'll go back to Michael. Michael, reverse to out. You can signal now.
A roar at Windsor Park because Alec Athanas, the local boy, has his first test wicket. And boy, it's a good one. Athanas gets Rohit Sharma. The West Indies finally have a wicket. This partnership is finally broken.
Hit Jordan, Jordan!
Mix out. And one nearly brought two. But for a better throw.
Well done. Well done, Tish. That's so out.
Substitute fielder Akeem Jordan. Oh, Joshua Da Silva did not even stand a chance. It has the legs to go for 4. So a first boundary for Shubman Gill in this innings, and at number 3 in Test cricket.
And showing his intent quite clearly. A reputation of playing spin well. So he'll want to impose himself, and having been padded up for such a long time, he won't complain about it.
Yes!
Brilliant. Athanas with the catch, involved in so many things. And good on Warrican again, he's threatened with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, India have lost their second wicket. Shubman Gill departs for 6.
Well, it's a short stay for Shubman Gill. Nearly ran himself out in Warrican's last over. Eventually, the left-arm spinner has a wicket to credit for himself. Cannot keep Alec Athanas out of any good thing happening for the West Indies in this test match. Shubman Gill goes 240 for 2.
Alec Athanas off the bowling of Jumel.
It's another game at the moment
Spin. If it's spin,
for the West Indies.
If it's spin, it out.
Life has been injected all of a sudden for the hosts. motion might tempt Craig Brathwaite into going for the review. It's Virat Kohli, he goes for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a players review for LBW.
TV umpire to director. We have a players review for LBW. Original decision not out. I've checked the front foot and it's a fair delivery. Can we start with spin vision, please? Can I check ultra edge for bat? Run it into the pad. Gap between bat and ball. No bat involved. Ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching in line. Impact is umpire's call and it is missing the stumps. So Richard, stay with your not out decision. I'll tell you when you're on screen.
It's not out, lads. Top 3 players on that list, all averaging in excess of 50 in Test match cricket.
Look at that. VBS Lashman as well. Mid-40s. Sehwag just a shade on the 50. Well, look at the top 3. Man, they don't come any better.
1300s for Sunil Gavaskar against the West Indies. Virtually owns the Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain.
Loves West Indies bowling.
No.
That's one of the reasons I've said, you know, to many cricket pundits that Sunil Gavaskar, I'll probably say he's the greatest opening batsman ever, right? Because when you look at the dominant West Indies team, and he just, when everyone else struggling, he just stood up and just, I don't know, man, he was just special. He was just special.
Yeah, for a short man, and to be so prolific against that great West Indian side. Surely in a class of his own. And talking about Sunil Gavaskar owning the Queen's Park Oval, Sir Kirtley Ambrose, he owned it with the bat, you owned it with the ball.
Well, many cricket experts claimed that the Queen's Park Oval in Trinidad is a spinner's paradise. Well, it's one of 2 things. Either I was bowling spin, or they were wrong.
End of the over. A maiden one to start with for Jason Holder. 272 for 2.
It's India, 272 for 2. Jason Holder, 13 overs, 5 maidens, none for 27. Economy rating of 2.10.
Catch it, catch it!
Catch him! Vociferous appeals coming from all the players in and around the bat. The umpire unmoved. The West Indies, well, no more reviews.
They were all excited. Joshua De Silva, the wicketkeeper, and all the closing fielders went up immediately.
Chance for a run out. And for the second time, Hakeem Jordan doesn't get the throw accurately.
A slight hesitation. See, yes, and then no. Would have been gone by a long way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the West Indies have taken the new ball.
Umpires have had a midfield conference. Nigel Duguid brought the second new ball to Michael Goff, who has passed it on. Take a game, the umps. Richard Kettleborough confirms that Kemar Roach has now got the new ball in his hand. This could be the end of it. Umpire Kettleborough says no, and Craig Brathwaite has no reviews. They cannot believe it. Well, it is Yashasvi Jaiswal's day.
I think the only bit of concern for the umpires whether the impact, where the impact was made, was it outside or off stump?
Yeah, that one go home.
That's really good shout from the West Indies. Height might be the other issue.
Watch it. That is so out.
Impact in line, wickets hitting.
Joshua De Silva, the wicket keeper, seemed to be in some trouble after taking that last delivery. And he's called for the medical team. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, shot boy.
Gets that through for one of the typical Virat Kohli shots, and he punches the air as he gets a
Ladies and
boundary.
gentlemen, the 300 is up for India. It's now 302 for 2.
What did you do?
300 came up 108.
It was a good shot.
Overs.
And comfortably played by Virat Kohli, ending another session in this test match in favor of India. And the real star in the spotlight, this young man, Yashasvi Jaiswal. A marathon effort with the bat. It started yesterday and it continued throughout the course of today. 143 unbeaten in his very first test innings. Dream coming to fruition. Something that he will savor for the rest of his life, and I'm sure he'll want to add to his tally first thing tomorrow.
A sensational effort by the young man on debut, realizing his dream 11 years after he left home, chasing that dream. A standing ovation by his teammates, meeting him on the edge of the boundary and standing in that dressing room. Our very own commentator, Samuel Badri, applauding his efforts. And regardless of what country you're from, you would have enjoyed this display of batting by this youngster. 143 not out on debut.
His rise from adversity, we've spoken about it extensively. His deep desire for success and his love for the game, showing in his effort today. Magnificent 143 unbeaten. He had that record partnership with his captain, who also notched a test match century, his 10th in his career. Shubman Gill didn't last too long, but beyond that record opening partnership, there is another that is blossoming. 72 between Virat Kohli and Yashasvi Jaiswal. Again, it was a partnership that paved the way for the others to come. One that was watchful, calculated in stroke play. There were a few close calls, but overall, they were firmly in control of run scoring, both Rohit and Jaiswal. 9 bowlers used by the West Indies. Success for Jamel Warrican, 1 for 82. Alec Atanaz, the debutant, also getting his maiden test wicket, the wicket of Rohit Sharma. But the others, they worked really hard without success. So as we wrap the end of day 2 of this first cycle pure Agarbathi test powered by Yes Bank, India firmly in control. And of course, we'll have the chance to celebrate 2 magnificent test centuries, one from a debutant and one from their captain. They lead by 162 runs.